YouTube, it is I, Sakarma, coming at you with another quick battle from Total Brohammer here, a little 1v1. As you'll have noticed, my opening has dropped the greetings because I discovered End Up General last night, and he's been saying greetings, and he's been around a lot longer than us, so I don't want to be accused of stealing his things, so it's just going to be YouTube now, guys. It's a big deal. Big changes are coming to Brohammer. I know it's going to cause a lot of controversy among the fans, but I mean, that's what happens, you know, as you expand. That's just the way things go. So, yeah, sorry guys, if you're in love with the greetings, that's the only reason you watch, because that's sweet way I string those syllables together. My apologies. It's been a pleasure having you as a viewer, and I wish you well in the wars to come. With that out of the way, let's go quick. What's going on? So, what did I bring here? It's your boy, GHK, my favorite lord. I love him so much. He's so much fun. He's so cool. He's on a pedestal that's floating above the ground on a mound of bones that are whirling around with scarabs just coming in and out. What are they eating? I have no idea, because there's no more skin and flesh on these things. Certainly not. He's got his nice little flare. He's got a little cape. He is just so cool. I love him so much. GHK, I mean, he's an honorary Brohammer. He's the first honorary Brohammer in this game. Him and Grimgor, but Grimgor's garbage. But he's so much fun. I love him. He's got glowy eyes. I don't even like the Tomb Kings, but he's fun. So yeah, my love letter to GHK. Everyone knows I'm a big fan. So what did I bring here? Brought some spearmen in the front. You know, I can go. It's a long battle. So I brought some spearmen in the front. I just wanted to get my love letter out of the way. I got some Tomb Guard as the secondary line. I have one unit here, Tomb Guard with halberds to defend him, because I didn't bring a Tomb Prince or anything like that. And I have the Ushabti Great Bows, who are just a fantastic unit. I have one other halberd on the other flank, in case they, you know, bring in some horses. And I brought the Hiero-Titan. He is probably the worst construct because he's really slow. But there's something to note is that he has like he has almost 10,000 HP. And if you bring a Necrotect with him and you can heal him back to full health, let's see, I think it's like 7,000. Yeah, 7,100. So you're talking 1650, 16.5. I mean, that's insane. He can go up to 16.5 health if you heal him totally. So you have to bring maybe 2 Necrotechs. I have no idea, but he is an absolute beast in terms of how much damage he can take, and he has super high armor, 110. He does fire damage, magic damage, really high stats, and I know he's got those bound spells. He's just a cool guy. I mean, you know, both the other constructs are more cost-effective, 100%, because they're just faster and they can do more. But he is just really cool, and he also is kind of gangster looking. You know, look, he's got the glowy eyes. You know, he's kind of like a big version of your boy GHK. So yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. He's got a fucking crotch skeleton, bro. That's how gangster he is. Do you guys have any crotch skeletons? No, mine's just a penis. Useless compared to that. So my opponent over here, meanwhile, has brought an interesting army. He brought a Hellblaster volley gun. He brought 1 unit of handgunners. He brought some spearmen, some swordsmen, halberds, great swords, another cannon, and then over here he's got a general of the Empire, which you almost never see, a witch hunter, and then in the forest he's got some Pistoliers, Demigryph Knight, and an Empire Knight. I wouldn't say it's the most optimal build against the Tomb Kings. There's a lot better you could bring. Obviously, Karl Franz, I think, is a solid pick because you can do so much damage to large units, and you're definitely afraid of the large units. Oh, hello, Gundabad. And you're definitely afraid of the large units. I agree with the Witch Hunter 100% because that armor-piercing damage is really effective. But yeah, and the cannon's quite good because it can shoot down Chosen of the Gods. So I do believe in I do support that. I wanted to leave GHK in here, let him do his thing and shoot his laser beams because of the formation of these guys. But unfortunately, he just doesn't quite get any good hits. I mean, these guys are in perfect like murder formation. This is just not a good way to lay out your soldiers if you're going to fight GHK. We'll actually speed it up a bit, you know, go fast forward, just a lot of posturing. But he's getting some shots in with the Hellblaster volley gun, doing a little bit of damage to my chaff, but nothing. Oh, and I have the Kepler Guard. I moved these guys back here because I see this unit, they've been revealed. I see they're coming out. I moved the Chosen of the God over there, start shooting down some knights because they only have Demigryph Knights without the halberd. So a lot of like off-meta picks from my opponent here. Probably maybe they were new. Just their positioning was kind of strange, especially considering GHK has these fucking doom beams that just do so much damage if they make contact. But yeah, I mean, the thing about leaving GHK back here that I realized like halfway through the battle is like, wait a second, he's also my caster. So he's way over here. I can't cast any magic in the front line. So that was kind of silly of me, but I was like, you know what, I'd rather use his little like laser beams. They're more fun than his casting. I mean, I guess the sandstorms are fun too, but what can you do? Listen, I made a choice. So he casts his handgunners here, and of course they don't fire, and they do some janky things because that's what handgunners do. And I get him here. Over here, I get a nice laser beam, whatever it's called, what's that? Shem's Burning Gaze? That's what it is, right? Shem's Burning Gaze just absolute decimate a bunch of these great swords just right down the line, so that's fun. I mean, that's why I love this guy. He's just a fun unit. Over here, They're going to start pressuring GHK, but he's got his little honor guard. He's got the Chosen of the Gods here. He's got some skeleton archers. As you can see, Chosen of the Gods, ridiculously good. Look, they're already at like, I don't know, what is that, 3/4 health? And they've only gone like, so, what's their arc range? From there to there, they've gone down to 3/4 health. I mean, they're so good. They're so OP, and this is just, oh, that was a clean miss, but let's see if they get any contact here. No, that was the laser beam, which I've shot and actually hit his own guys. And I brought the Kepler guard back here to defend. Over here, I mean, we should be able to do well. You know, the Hiero-Titan's getting in. He's doing his thing. Over here is a big, you know, it's very important to me. We see one Chosen of the God. When it does make contact, it's so devastating. And I have pretty much everything fired these Demigryph Knights because they're obviously more important than Empire Knights. And these guys I can ward off with my archers. Oh, jeez, so devastating. That's so expensive of a unit. Just get taken down so quickly from ranged fire. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And then also the good thing about, of course, Ushabti Great Bow is that their stats in melee aren't bad at all. 65 melee armor piercing, 45 melee defense, 33. They just have super low health. But other than that, they're a fantastic unit. Need to be nerfed. We've been over this before. So I pretty much ward off his little cav attack here. I get a nice Spirit Leech on the Witch Hunter. And he's just firing shots off at this guy. And surprisingly, I'm doing very little damage to the General of the Empire. Maybe because I'm knocking him about. But they're doing good damage on me, surprisingly. Otherwise, in the front line, he just brought, this is Swordsman, his elite infantry was over here, and they're fighting the Tomb Guard, which isn't going to be the greatest. I mean, it is a good, actually, matchup for this great swords, but, you know, they'll give pretty well, and they also heal, so it's not the end of the world. Over here, his cav has pretty much been decimated. They're off the field. The Kepler Guard are going to make short work of these Spearmen. The Empire Knights are gone. GHK is secure. He is going to live. I still haven't casted a single spell this game. My opponent didn't bring a caster either, but I don't know how they took him down so quick. Maybe Jacques and the shooting. Does he have Jacques? He does have Jacques, so I don't know how they just went down. Maybe there's Qs and the Empire. I don't know if he has buffs or whatever, but generally Empire is doing very good work against him. So I'm like, all right, time to get out of here. At 5,100 health, he's at halfway. Time to retreat, which is way more than the General of the Empire. I'm like, all right, time to run. Magical monster that you are, Hiero-Titan. You know, a shame to the Tomb Kings, but what can you do? Over here, yeah, the backline secure, and the Chosen of the Gods have won. I've tried to chase off his handgunners with the Skeleton Spearmen. That's a very good trade for me. I'm more than happy with that. Yeah, and now he's really bunched up, and I'm going to start getting laser beams into him, I think. I don't know where I'm shooting my laser beams. I'm shooting these great swords, because they are quite clumped, and I want to try and save the Hiero-Titan, who's, again, taking a lot of damage. I don't know what from. He's quite slow. He's very slow. But laser beam, clean miss. But it is, oh man, it's such a fun thing to play with. It's a little RNG too. I don't know, but the Chosen of the Gods are going to start firing into them, and that's going to be decimating, although I think one hits him in the face. Poor guy. Over here, he was able to actually take his Halaster Volley Gun and outrange my troops and like move it back here. So he's just firing right into these Tomb Guard and just mowing them down. It's pretty fun. But I have gotten some hots in there, and the Kepler Guard are going to get in there and, you know, put that down. But it almost used all its ammo, so well played by my opponent in terms of keeping his artillery alive. But now I have the range advantage. I have the Hiero-Titan. No way to heal him, of course, but that's okay. He still has 4,000 health. And we're going to start... Oh, the Chosen of the God have been quite inaccurate this game, but when they are accurate, they are absolutely devastating. And this comes in and just, wrecks him. And it's just, I don't know, I love playing with GHK. He's just such a devastating force if you can keep him alive, but he's so easy to kill. He's the definition of a glass cannon. Although, I guess in his, it's more apt to be brittle bone cannon, ancient bone cannon. Ancient bone cannon. That's what my girlfriend calls my my penis. That's her nickname for it. But it she calls it ancient because it's really slow and unimpressive. Although I guess ancient things can be big and impressive, but mine definitely isn't. It's definitely she calls it that because it's brittle, soft, and yeah, she's not a big fan. Oh god, I'm tearing up, guys. I'm tearing up. Can't talk. I can't get too personal. Anyway, so as you can see, we've put these great swords down. Over here, swordsmen are fighting against my summoned Ushabti and the Tomb Guard. It's just not going well. The Kepler Guard chased off some units over here. They're coming back. This battle's pretty much over. I just brought it because it's a GHK one, and I love my GHK, so we'll speed it up. He's got some Outriders reform, but they're not going to do much. It was also impressive to see how well they did against my Hiero-Titan. There was not a lot of anti-large here. I guess the halberds, but halberds usually suck. And but between just the lone Witch Hunter and the General of the Empire, I was able to put some serious work into my Hiero-Titan because the Outriders were over here fighting GHK the whole time. So yeah, they should have been in the front here. The Outriders definitely been in the front attacking Hiero-Titan. Had they done that, they might have had a better chance because if they could have gotten the Hiero-Titan out, they could have, you know, done some rear charges here, pressured the back line with, I don't know, Demigryphs. Problem is you have the laser beams and you have the Chosen of the Gods firing, so the longer you take to get rid of those units, just the more work they're going to get done. I mean, GHK himself, he never casted a single spell, he's 72 kills. The Chosen of the Gods have 25, not as much. Skeleton Archers, I don't know what the Chosen of the Gods are. We'll find at the end. But yeah, so GG to my opponent. Fun game. Interesting builds. Storm, GG. But yeah, so 59 kills on these guys, 43 on the Hiero-Titan. But yeah, I mean, this isn't a competitive build by any sense. GHK is not a competitive pick. He's a fun pick. He is, I would argue, the funnest pick, to use a word that doesn't exist, but should. He is the most fun you can have, I think, as a Tomb King, just because of what he can do with the sandstorms and the magic, and he's got the floating thing, and he shoots laser beams, and if they hit, they do so much damage. It just, I don't know. I could spout platitudes on GHK for forever. Platitudes, is that the word I'm looking for? Just another word. It doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah, GHK would be the receiver of my adulation for an infinite amount of time. As long as the Tomb King shall be unliving, I shall praise him. He's just a fun lord. And I think, like I said before in another video, he's the perfect lord in that he's fun, but like he's a good lord, but there's drawbacks. He's a very, very balanced lord. More so than, I would say any other lord in the game, pretty much. With the exception of a few others. I think Teclis is pretty balanced. Tyrion is kind of balanced. In that they're good but not great. And they can be really effective when used correctly. Whereas you have guys like Malekith who are just, good in every situation. They're a must pick. Malekith's a must pick. I wouldn't say Crocker's a must pick anymore, but, he's definitely an OP lord. Skrulk is a must pick in a competitive sense. There's units that are must picks, and that you never want to have that happen. You definitely want there to be flavor, you definitely want there to be variety, and you definitely want there to be different options for different factions. I would say Tomb Kings actually have a pretty solid variety of lords in that they all do something different, which is great, especially for a DLC. The problem is that there's only one that's really competitive, and that's Arkan, because of his Tomb Blade. Arkan is, and Death Magic, of course. Because, as good as the Tomb King, what's it called? The lore of something? What's the lore called? Lore of Tomb? Lore of King? Lore of King. Now, what's it called? Someone help me here. Come on. What's it called? GHK spells. What's it? How do I see it? Alright, I gotta hit this. What's this called? Lore of Nakara. Okay, so Lore of Nakara. So it does have a lot of good spells. Ushep's Incantation is fantastic. It's pretty much an enfeebling foe that's area of effect, which is fantastic. Very, very good spell. Very expensive, but as it should be. Skullstorm is whatever. Oh, it's not Sandstorm. Skullstorm. Yeah, it's meh. It's a vortex. Uzurian's Incantation of Vengeance. It's a great spell, kind of like Melkoff's, but actually more effective, and he does a lot more damage, and it looks cooler because you get a little skeleton hand come out of the ground. Let's see it again. Show me. Yes. Poof. And then, this other stuff is kind of whatever. And this is a great spell, Neru's Incantation. This one's fine. But yeah, anyways, all this to say is Arkan's the most competitive, but, they all have a lot of flavor, so they were good at making them have a lot of variety. But of course, Arkan's the best. Arkan the best, not the black. But yeah, all that to say, again, I love GHK. Alright, that's it for me. Scram out. See ya around the bend.